something with just paintbrushes and inks. I've drawn something like demonic, sort of like that Venom picture, like something similar to that, so I can get all the textures and things. Maybe we're going to do some dry brushing in the background at some point. But I've got a selection of different size brushes. I've got the old one to do the dry brushing a bit later. Got a nice pointy edge paintbrush and an old paintbrush there, and a finer detailed one there, which I'll probably use like for finer details. I've got some Caldo drawing ink. It's like this. It looks slightly grey sometimes, so I might change it out. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see how it goes. Got some of that, and then yeah, I'm just gonna start to ink this. Yeah, it's looking slightly grey, but I might add some other. I think I'll add some Liquitex to it to try and strengthen it up a bit. So I'm using this pointy brush because it's a lot better for inking. So I think I'm going to use some of this other darker ink. I think that ink's slightly better. Yeah, a lot darker that. So I'm just trying to follow, you know, what I've drawn in pencil. Maybe add in some darker areas. Just trying to add all the textures and stuff. All the swirly bits anyway, and then we can sort all that out a little bit later. Just have to keep getting some more ink. So really when I'm using these paint brushes, I'm sort of inking this in a different way than I would with pens, obviously. You can create lots of good sort of like line weights and stuff like that, you know, along the way. So really when I'm doing this, I just like to do like a lot of the outlines, sort of similar to when I, just use ink pens. But with like some of the inking, I can do like feathering, like do like feathery bits on, I want to be like, want to have like shadowed areas. Hi Wolfie Games. It's Creative Time Gaming, hiya. You made it this time. So this is more experimental, but I don't often use paintbrushes to ink, but I think I want to do more of it, just to try and improve it, get better really. Yeah. Tell you what, painting teeth is a bit hard with a paintbrush. Oh, you stayed up all night? I've done that several times. Well, that's early. Yeah. Right, I think I can ink around them teeth and then it'll just make them stand out a bit more. You ever colour with alcohol markers? Yeah, I do. Copic markers usually. I think that's the main ones that I use, Copic markers. Oh, the Copics are quite expensive, really. Trying to remember now. Each marker could be like £4 or £5 or pound, whatever, because I'm from the UK, so pounds. And the refills can be like nearly £9, I think, or more. Bit expensive. Yeah, I keep buying markers, like just a couple of markers here and there, and then it soon builds up. But then you've got to get all the refills, really. That's the only thing. Quite expensive. Yeah, I could do a video on Copic markers. Yeah. In fact, I don't think I've done one, really. Yeah. So I need to do one, I think. Yeah. Really good for blending and stuff. Colouring in and building up tones and stuff. I think I've done some on some of my videos when I've started off, when I've coloured the Venom piece, and yeah, I think I used some Copic markers on there and just like sort of like built it up, and you know, from like grey colours, grey tones, and then just layer on the colours over the top. Yeah, but I could do a video. This I'm just trying to experiment with inking with paint brushes, which is not something I always do most of the time, but quite liking it actually. I don't really know what this one's called. Some kind of demon. I thought I'd draw it something similar to that Venom piece that I did, you know, with the head there and then all this swirly, demonic, evil. I don't know. A good possibility I could mess this up, but if you don't try, then, you know, you'll probably never learn, I don't think. So I definitely need to learn a bit more about this using paintbrushes. Yeah, I drew Spawn, I think, and I drew the clown on here, and I think I drew the Violet ahead. Yeah, I like Spawn. Got all the earlier comics from years ago. Big fan of Image Comics back in the day. Awesome. I'd like to start collecting them again, because you know, Spawn comics are still going, and there's lots more Spawn comics as well, different ones. So I really need to get back into getting them, you know, again. Really good comics and artwork. Todd McFarlane's just an awesome artist. I wish he'd do more drawings, but I know he's more of a businessman now, but I know he inks a bit and does a lot on his comic and stuff, and but yeah, big fan of Spawn. drawings haunt you. Yeah. Sometimes haunt me, sometimes. Especially when I get them wrong. Or they don't turn out exactly how I planned. But I think that's half the fun of creating this stuff. Yeah, I'm not too used to using these paintbrushes for inking, but hopefully I can sort of swing it around and fill in all the details perhaps, I don't know. Thanks for stopping by. Yeah. Channel's always here. I'm trying to do more videos. It's just finding the time really. Yeah, but I'm glad, you know, my videos help. I'm trying to do more types of videos which could probably help or teach a bit more, even though I'm not good at teaching, but if I can show my process of drawing or creating stuff, I suppose could be useful. Really wobbly lines for this inking with the paintbrush. Still fun to do though. Thanks, yeah, let's try and do, I don't know, I don't often go for like a realistic style, but it's more of like a comic booky type style or something, I don't know. But, I wish I could draw in a cartoon style actually as well. It would be good to draw different ways, I think. Yeah, it's the style that I usually sort of aim towards, I think. Don't really know what this drawing is, to be honest. It's like demonic, but it's got lots going on in it. I feel like using an ink pen, but not for this drawing, I don't think. I'll stick to the paintbrushes. I think what I'll do, I'll just use my old brush for like a dry brushing technique coming in from the top. I'll just fill some ink and then I'll just wipe it off with a tissue until I've got not a lot. This is almost grey, this ink. This is how I ruin these brushes, but it's good to have a few older brushes like this, just to add some of the ink and really just spread it out a bit. Sun's rising here. It's nearly 10:30 on the night over here. Hey Petme, how are you doing? Just attempting to do paintbrush inking for a change without any ink pens. Not really used to it, but I'm hoping to get better at it. I think I need to do finer ink details. Maybe figure out how to do some texture with certain things. Maybe do some of this dry brushing here just to mask off certain areas and maybe add to the texture, maybe when I add some more. It's good that I've got an old brush like that, because dry brushing and using that technique just ruins your brushes real quick. Right, try and work on some textures and stuff, I don't know. This other ink looks a bit grey, which is not very good, but try and use some of this. Cheers. Well, it's looking okay for me, but not great at the moment, but I'm just experimenting. It's good to... I'm glad you think it's good. It's looking okay. I think once I think about some of the shadows and stuff and recede certain areas, yeah, I prefer using... I'm tempted to use ink pens on this, but I'm going to stick with paint brushes. Might as well stick with this drawing and just see. Hey Lexus. Or is it? Ah, right, yeah. think with the paintbrushes that the textures aren't as refined as I'd like, unless I can use an absolutely thinner paintbrush. I'm wondering if I could use some white later on just to bring some areas out. I don't know. Don't know really. This is definitely an area I'd like to improve on using paintbrushes. Not that confident in using paintbrushes as well as ink pens, but if you can try and master like paintbrushes for inking, it's a useful technique to manage really. Wonder what this will look like when I've actually finished it and tried to add as much texture as I can, or don't know. I'm not really sure about it at the moment. Yeah, that's the only thing with paintbrushes. I don't know. It's good in one way, you know, because it's like it's not as controlled as ink pens and stuff. But then, yeah, bit too clunky, I think, you know. But yeah, I'm liking the demon head. I think that's something that can be worked on a bit more. I don't know if I can do much finer details. Don't know. Yeah, there's definitely a technique to using paintbrushes. There's an artist called Skinner. I only know his name is like Skinner. Like he does like real good inking, you know, with paintbrushes and that. And yeah, he does real good like feathering, sort of them bits there. You know, where you try and get some lines in there and some dark shade and stuff like that. And there's definitely a technique to it, but I think I need to practice, and then I'll probably do a video on it, showing it if I can sort of master it. I don't know. Just all about practicing, I suppose. Yeah, I'm trying to work on some more videos that are going to be more tutorial type based or process drawing videos and stuff like that. Yeah, the tentacles one, that was the monster tentacles or something. I think I remember that video a while back. Yeah, I was supposed to do a full series on drawing like monsters and other stuff. Never got around to it. I was going to do like tentacles, arms, legs, and different ways of drawing creatures and things. I think I'd still add to them really. Just try and get on with it. I think I'll have to use some of this grey ink. That other ink, it just dries real quick. Dried out on the lid. Oh. Yeah, that's all I have to do. I'm definitely trying to keep up with drawing. Just trying to draw different things, and mainly like creatures and other stuff, which I just like to draw, but I'd like to draw some other stuff. Tutorial on how to draw realistic wings. Yeah, I could have a go. I did do like an angel wing type thing 1 years ago. Yeah, but I could do one on that. Yeah, I think some of these textures don't look as detailed as I would, with ink pens and stuff like that. Yeah, monsters with wings. Good creatures to draw them. And yeah, so I'll have to do like a video on doing wings at some point again. This Ocaldo drawing ink, it looks like black ink on this camera, but when I look at it, when it's not on the camera, it looks grey to me, but I'll just run with it. Yeah, I tried selling my artwork. Oh, cheers, Cal. Thanks for dropping by. Yeah, I've sold some of my artwork here and there. Not often. I've made like commissions here and there and done some freelance work and commission work and um, some like work for Tops cards. I've done sketch cards for them, and you're shy and selling your art. Yeah, can be. It's figuring out the price and that and other things. But I think if you can sell some, then I don't know. It's a good thing to do. A lot of people like fan art and stuff like that. You know, they'd like to have them pieces and stuff like I don't know, movie stuff or animation. You know, established characters and stuff. They want an original piece, probably of that. You know, they're more likely to buy that type of stuff. That's what I've found anyway. Really, I'm tempted to get an ink pen and just, I don't know. I might do that at the end actually. Hey Peep, good evening. Yeah, I think I'm used to working that fast sometimes with inking drawings and stuff. I prefer to, you know, like not like hurry a drawing, but sometimes inking quite fast, like, and give your drawing a certain bit of energy or something, you know. Um, I don't know, I can't really explain it. It's more um, like just random lines here and there can just add something to a drawing. Makes it a bit more dynamic, I think, sometimes. Setting ink lines and quick ink lines. Cheers, Peep. Yeah, I'm not too used to using paintbrushes for inking at the moment, but it's still can be quite effective. But yeah, I'm probably definitely going to add a few ink lines with ink pen, I think, right at the end. I just got that urge to use an ink pen. You get more control with an ink pen, I think. I think I'll practice it using paintbrushes and then I'll probably create a video, like, because there's lots of other inking techniques you can do with probably like paintbrushes and ink pens. There's lots of techniques and stuff that I really need to try and incorporate into my drawings sometimes. smudging ink and stuff. I ain't smudged it so far, but on other drawings I have. And right, I think I will add some ink pen. Well, paintbrushes didn't last long. You can just a bit more control with the ink, really. And I like to overdo my inks. Yeah, brushes are quite good to sort of like get used to, but still need to practice a bit more with them. So I'll probably try and work on it a little bit more, practice. Yeah, just annoying sometimes trying to... I think it's the small details, the small textures and that you can get with an ink pen. It's can't really do them as good, I don't think. But yeah, probably just take practice just to do it. Yeah. I think some of the top comic book artists, they probably use like a combination of like paintbrushes and ink pens and things like that, and create like different effects and things like that. Yeah, I just said it. Suppose that is a catchphrase. Yeah, I'd like to go to the Philippines actually. There's lots of places I like to go in the world, but yeah, so I like some of these dry brush textures. I don't know, I can make more of them or make them darker or something, or add some splatters in there, I don't know. gotta get your sleep. I know it's hard sometimes. Yeah, the third time up, sleeping and that. I think I used to be like that, but I used to get up and just draw or read or something. And reading used to make me tired for some reason. Well, obviously it wouldn't make you tired, but yeah. I think the paintbrushes added some kind of nice texture to it. A different drawing, more darker, I think, more. I don't know. It's added something to it anyway that I quite like. Oh yeah, you got a name for the drawing. Not sure what I'd call it. Fovius. Sounds like an interesting name. Cheers, Christine. Started off using paintbrushes, and then sort of I was out of my depth a little bit and just gone back to ink pens. Definitely need to practice a bit more with paintbrushes, especially inking and stuff like that. Yeah, I'd like to draw. Oh, there, I said that yeah again. I'd like to just learn to draw a bit more cartoony now and again. I think if you can learn to draw different type of styles, you might, I don't know, you might have fun drawing different ways, like manga or anime or whatever, way that you want to draw, or Disney style or realistic style. Um, yeah, I haven't switched to digital yet. Yeah, it does requires a bit of money. Um, I mean, I prefer drawing this type of way, just like ink pens and stuff. I think that'll come in time. I think I've said that in other videos where I like to work on digital sometimes. Just having the equipment and software and things. But I'd definitely like to do that in the future. Yeah, you can do it on your phone as well. But I'm not really. I don't know. I don't know too much about technology and softwares and stuff. I look at Photoshop sometimes and I don't know. I lose interest trying to figure it out. I've got to probably have the patience, I think. Yeah, I'll have to get one. Probably will at some point. This is like white card. It's quite thick, thicker than normal paper. Real cheap paper though, because I buy a lot of it in bulk. A lot of this white card just to draw. ideas on really, and things like that. So yeah, it's really cheap white card. Got like these shops in the UK called pound shops, really cheap shops for some like art, like materials and stuff like that. So get these, I think packs of 30 sheets, I think, for £1. Not too bad, you know. They do buckle a bit, you know, when you start to like paint on it and things like that, but you could iron them out from the back. That's what I usually do sometimes, and it straightens it all out. Usually alright buying papers, I think, like sketchbooks and things like that. I usually like go on like recommendations from other artists and things like that, or just buy the cheap paper sometimes. I've been known to draw on like printing paper as well, sketch ideas out on them. Oop, and it fell off the drawing board. Yeah, I think the ink pen, coming back to the ink pen, is like a safe sort of working thing for me. So just adding more details. so that's turned out okay, I think. Not too bad. Considering the way I started, I wasn't too sure. I'm gonna look up and maybe write down different like inking techniques and stuff, and just like run through them in a video probably. Maybe if there's any advanced inking techniques I can show anyone, because there's definitely more like techniques and stuff you can do, and definitely more textures you can ink and things like that. Because I draw like, obviously like as you've seen, like quite a lot of these videos I've drawn more like demons with like rotten skin textures and things like that, so it's basically the same type of texture, but you can do like different textures that I'd like to do like an inking video on them already. So yeah, probably will just use different inks as well, and paint brushes and splatters and things, and inking with, I've seen I forget the name of the artist I saw on YouTube, is like inking like with dipping like strings and like threads into ink and then inking with them, and that takes some technique, like probably precision with that, but it's quite interesting. I'll have to find the name of the artist. I can't remember the artist. It's quite interesting though. Different like ink techniques to do. Oh, the drawing nearly fell off there again. I think that's as far as I can go. But so yeah, probably next time I will be doing a video on inking techniques. I've got to make a note of that, definitely. There seem to be popular videos. I've done a few in the past. Yeah, it was nice just using like a paintbrush to ink the early stages of that. Yeah. Anyway, I think I'll leave it there. I think it's been nearly 70 minutes. Well, I usually like to try and keep these about an hour, or just over an hour sometimes. But I'd like to do some longer streams in the future. I don't know when, but just figure it out. Anyway, cheers. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Hopefully soon. Don't know when. Cheers now.